If you are expecting me to hate SmackDown and talk about how bad I felt, you're going to be a little disappointed. I am disappointed by one thing for sure in this episode, but we'll get there. SmackDown starts with Cody Rhodes talking to Nick Aldis. He goes, "Where is he? Pat McAfee, you cannot touch him. You know who has said why, but you cannot touch Pat McAfee." Jelly Roll comes out, and Cody Rhodes looks kind of angry at Jelly Roll for even being there. And Jelly Roll's like, you know, we shouldn't even be a part of this. Me and Pat, and you know, I'm looking for him. Essentially, what he says. That segment it was actually a pretty good start to SmackDown. I thought it was fine. I thought that meant, oh, okay, so they're gonna do something a little more. I should have known better, but that's what I thought, at least at the start. Next, Rhea comes out and she's like, "I'm gonna get my revenge for what you did to EO. What you did to EO was ridiculous. I can't believe you did that. I'm gonna get my revenge." EO comes out. "I'm gonna face Jade Cargill tonight." Nick Aldis comes out and was like, "You know what? That's a genius idea." So that's going to be the main event of tonight. It was a fine segment. It was just to set up the main event. Next was Bayley versus Alexa Bliss. It was a fine match. It was a fine match. It wasn't like it was a fine match. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't bad. I didn't hate it. It was a fine match. That's all I have on it. Yeah, I mean it was a match, but everything Bailey does is gonna be at minimum good. So yeah. Next we have Drew McIntyre reveals the real Jacob Fatu. Uh, I'm sorry, I just read the title. That's a crazy way to title that. It was actually it was a good segment. It was Drew pretty much was just in a prison saying, "I'm gonna put you back where you belong," yada yada yada. I mean, it was a good segment, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I like Drew on the mic. I think he's a good promo, so it makes sense that it was good. Not the promo itself was fine, but I actually liked the promo. I thought the visuals was good. I thought it was good. I can't lie. I liked it. I'm not gonna hate on it. I thought it was good. Next is Royce Keys crushes Berto and Epic SmackDown debut. The presentation for Royce Keys was very good. It was very very good. Like the crowd was getting excited, started to get excited for him as the match went on. I thought it was a very good thing. Like I thought it was probably one of my favorite. It was probably my favorite thing on SmackDown was Royce Keys. Second favorite thing, probably. It was very good. I actually liked it quite the amount. I thought it was a good match. Like it was a short, simple, sweet match. Like it wasn't a absolute squash match or anything. I thought it was a good match. I liked it. I liked the presentation for Royce Keys. The spine buster looked amazing. I guess that's gonna be his finisher. It was up there with an Arn Anderson spine buster. It was very very good. Like I really really liked the spine buster. Next we had Jelly Roll confronts Pat McAfee. Yeah, that's a segment right there for sure. Sure. He gets in his face. Pat McAfee's like, "I wouldn't do that if I was you." Yada yada. Is whatever. It was whatever. Next was Jacob Fatu versus Tama Tonga. This was a good match. I like both these guys, so yeah, it was a good match. Jacob Fatu is ridiculously athletic as usual. Like he was doing diving, uh, diving out of the ring. He does his moonsault. He wins. I like Tomatonga. He did some like he did like a backwards like it looked like he was gonna do like a sting like DDT. Like where it's backwards, and then Jacob kind of twisted in the air, and I was like, okay, yeah, yeah. There's one part that I was like, did Jacob just get hurt? Where he like held him and he like picked him up and did that, and he kind of landed face first, and he seemed like he was a little out of wonk there for a second, but he was fine. He was good. The next segment, Drew McIntyre handcuffs Jacob Fatu and Barbaric beatdown. It was good. The handcuffs kept breaking, which kind of was like, but it was good. It was good. Other than that, those handcuffs did just keep breaking. Like they kept coming loose. But I liked it. I felt like the handcuffs probably should have been. I mean, they were good for the segment where he was like, it would have been good if it didn't break. Whenever he was like tied against the pole, but then it broke, and then yeah, it was he's bleeding. It could have been a little more, I feel, but it was a fine segment. Like yeah. Um, Trick Williams and Lil Yachty confront Sami Zayn. This was a good segment. Sammy tries his absolute hardest every time he's on the mic, and it was good. It was a very good promo. I think this is going to lead to Sammy turning heel, and then he's going to go back to being face sometime after. And then he's going to win the Royal Rumble and win a world title. That's how I feel. That's what I think is going to happen. I think that's probably exactly what's going to happen. Like, I think it's so easy to be like, okay, this guy's heel, and then as when he turns face, it's going to be big. And I think that's going to be what happened. Next was Trick Williams versus Matt Cardona. The main thing from this match that I can clearly remember is Lil Yachty taking a haluva kick from Sami Zayn. He took that really well, actually. He did like a spin thing, and I was like, that's good. That was actually a really good sell. And Trick Williams looked shocked. I thought Matt Cardona was going to get a win because of that, because he rolled him up, but then Trick kicked out, did the trick shot. Um, yeah, from there, it was like that little end part was really good. I actually liked it. I think Lil Yachty's fine. Like he's like one of the celebrities where I'm like, that's fine. Like I like Speed too. I think Speed's gonna take like a crazy bump and it's gonna be cool. But I like Lil Yachty. I don't mind Lil Yachty at all. For sure. For sure, for sure. Technically this is before that Trick Williams segment. We're just gonna get it out the way. Pat McAfee, that first like 3 minutes where he's just roasting CM Punk, I was like, all right, fair enough, Pat. Fair enough, Pat. Uh, where he's like, but I don't see you out here buying these people tickets. I don't see you helping them. In fact, I'm gonna help them. If you want tickets for Saturday, it is 25% off. Like, oh, all right. Uh, yeah, he's trying to upstage CM Punk. People are like, shouldn't, why would the heel do that? He's trying to upstage CM Punk. That's literally the whole point. He also called, and you send another Saudi Arabia, and you know, it's like, and the paychecks, they go straight to I'm sorry, Saudi Arabia. And I was like, all right, Pat. And then he started talking about Cody Rhodes, and then the promo finish. Cody Rhodes did a rebuttal. That was fine. It was fine. It's a fine rebuttal. It's Cody Rhodes. He's always going to be at least decent on the mic. He's going to try his hardest. Then Randy Orton's like, I think you're forgetting somebody. And Jelly Roll is on the floor, dead. And everyone in the arena was just like, okay. Cody Rhodes like, I better go help Jelly Roll. And then they attack Cody Rhodes, and Pat McAfee puts the title on his shoulder instead of giving it to Randy Orton, I guess. I don't know. I guess. Um, Next we have Danhausen. Danhausen had a segment with R-Truth. Dude, they are using Danhausen perfectly. Perfectly. Um, Segment with R-Truth was good. Damon Priest tries to bring up that he called him Oscar, and he was like, "I never did that." R-Truth was like, "I never done that." And he's like, Danhausen was like, "Well, why were you doing that?" I thought Danhausen was gonna curse them. He did not, so it was fine. And then Danhausen had a match with Kit Wilson. It was a fun little match, actually. It was a fun little match. And he cursed the top rope, and the pyro came up. Like, oh, okay. It's a fun little match. Like, it's a fun little match. I do recommend it. Well, it was fun. Yeah. Like, other than that Pat McAfee match so far, I was like, this Raw is not that bad. It is not that bad. Like, you go on the internet and are like doom posting, I'm like, this isn't even that bad. Y'all have not been watching Raw 1997, 1998. Those were terrible. Like those I was like these are actually terrible. Except for like Stone Cold. Stone Cold was obviously awesome, but like everyone else in that match. Like I was doing a review for like that. It's not important. Not important. Rhea Ripley was taking out BFAB and Michin throughout the whole show, and I was like, all right, yeah, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, get your revenge. Next, we have Io Sky versus Jade Cargill. Dude, people are complaining a lot about this match. This match was actually a really good match. It was a good match. I saw someone say this is this is the best Io Sky singles match of the year, and like I don't think that's crazy. That's because Io Sky got like most of the offense in this match. Like she got like 70% of the offense, and then she got slammed on her hurt ribs. She had hurt ribs the entire match. She wasn't selling it all that well, but she did have hurt ribs. Like she only had one time where she was like, "Oh my ribs," which they probably should have done more about that. Cause yeah, but she had like 80% of the offense, and then she got crashed straight like on her ribs onto the staircase, and um and then she got jaded and then lost. They were like 2 minutes over. Some people were like, "Why didn't they do a brawl after?" They were 2 minutes over. I would have been very shocked if they did that. Like I would have been absolutely shocked. I think there was probably gonna be something, a brawl or whatever, but I think they just ran out of time. So instead, Rhea just came out, scared off Jade, and that was it. And they ended it. But they were 2 minutes over. Like, yeah, like people on Twitter like, oh yeah, lost clean. Dude, she had like broken ribs. She got jumped on Monday, bro. She literally got jumped on Monday. Her ribs were literally wrapped. I was like, this is, I was like, I don't think that's it. I just don't think that's it. I think it's fine. I think she'll be fine. Triple H loves EO. Again, if she doesn't make the WrestleMania card, I bet she wins a world title within the year. It wouldn't shock me if, yeah, it wouldn't shock me. I think they should have Io and Asuka. I'm not gonna complain yet about Io Asuka. I think it's gonna happen after Raw. On the Raw review, that's when you're gonna really get me angry if Io doesn't have a match at WrestleMania. But I think they will have one. I do think they'll have one. Um, yeah, I think they'll have one. I am really disappointed because they did a Carmella Hayes segment. He's like, well, after WrestleMania, I'm going to challenge you for that title. And I'm like, please just do something. Get in that match. I don't see why you can't just add him into the match. He deserves to be on the card. That last week was just disrespectful. Like, I actually think last week's was terrible. This week's was not that bad. Like, this SmackDown, other than the Pat McAfee segment, I didn't really hate anything else. Like Io losing was whatever. Her ribs were hurt, bro. That's literally what they were selling the entire time. They're like, "Well, her ribs are hurt. Her ribs are hurt." And I think they should have done more with her selling more on her ribs, but it's whatever. That's literally how I feel. I'm not gonna get mad at Io yet. Like they need to have Io on WrestleMania. I'm not gonna get mad that Io's not on WrestleMania until I know for sure who's Raw. And that's the reason I'm mad at Carmelo Hayes not being on there currently because they literally confirmed it. I don't know why they did that. They literally should just implemented him, made a triple threat. It does nothing, no reason not to. Essentially, you can literally have Trick Williams win while Carmelo Hayes is going at WrestleMania. I don't see why they did that. But instead, they're like, well, the first challenger for Trick is going to be Carmelo, which is also dumb. I just want Carmelo to win. I like Carmelo a lot. That's just how I feel. Thank you for watching.